and I am your MC today for the great debate. Battle Royale. What's the question again, everyone? It's been a long morning. The great debate. Should all games be Battle Royale? Now, I assume that some people have come into this room with a particular preference. So before we get started, I just wanted to sort of gauge where we are. So shout out if you are pro all games being Battle Royale. Wow, that was... No comment. You are graded D-. What about everyone who believes that, not all games should be Battle Royale, yeah? My people! So, well, this is 2018. Can't believe it's 2018. It's almost the end of 2018. What happened? It's an interesting time, and, sometimes we all have to have a bit of an argument, a bit of a debate to determine what our opinion should be. We have to really examine issues these days with a fine-tooth comb and really understand what's going on. So maybe at the end of this, your opinion might be changed. So I would like to bring on stage our incredible debate teams. They are just incredible Australian and American people who have become my friends within the last 10 minutes, but also over the last 5 years. One of Australia's sharpest freelance journalists, with a wit as strong as steel and keyboard skills to match, Amanda Yo! Good morning. Keep doing that. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. One of the least pedestrian people, and also deputy editor of Pedestrian, James Hennessy. The most contentious man in Australian journalism, editor of Scene, master of iconic Aussie food hot takes, my frenemy and yours, Mr. Mark Serrels. Finally, for the team on my right, generalised human terror, creator of the Working Lunch amongst many, many other initiatives, including the next exhibit on the concourse, which you should totally go check out if you get a chance, Ali McLean! Now, for the team on my left, he believes in life after love. DJ, comedian extraordinaire, and supporting act on her most recent Australian tour to the preternaturally talented Cher, Andrew McClelland. One of the most talented and hard-working people in the voice acting industry, well known for her ability to cry on command and mistress of emotionally broken characters, Sissy Jones. I avoided shaking his hand because I have the bubonic plague, and he still spent at least 5 minutes sanitizing his entire body backstage. Anyway, comedian Michael King. And former games journalist who now works on a YouTube channel called Outside Xbox, which makes her a YouTuber, but we won't hold it against her. She tells her parents she's a content creator, Jane Douglas. So, the first order of business, I suppose, is working out who's gonna do what. So, we're gonna flip it?
Flip.
Maybe. Oh, well, first I was gonna say, maybe we should work out which team is gonna make which argument.
Oh, we know that already. Yeah,
What?
We heard it backstage without you, we kind of figured it out.
I didn't spend 4 nights writing this glorious opus to be told I'm doing the other two.
Oh no. What have we done? So tell me, Captain.
I'm sorry, we were listening to you all cheering for your opinion from backstage, and we decided that we wanted a challenge, right? We want a challenge, we want to flip you. We think that all games should be Battle Royale. Every single one. Every single one. Every game you love.
Captain.
And we are going with that not all games should be Battle Royale.
The best!
The intelligent culture!
Alright. Who is heads and who is tails?
Well, if this is Battle Royale, obviously I'd push you over and take the coin and claim I won. That is the chaos that Battle Royale leads to.
You can save it for the arguments.
But I'll go heads.
Heads, tails. Alright. 3, 2, 1. It is heads.
Ooh!
So you get to decide who goes first.
Don't mind, you want to do it, mate?
Whatever you want to do is fine with me.
Oh, you go first then. You go first.
Okay,
Take it.
yeah, cool.
Here we go.
That's good.
Means I
Why
get to
they're
do
so
some...
polite? This is the most polite debate we've ever had.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, we will destroy you, but not like a Battle Royale. Like no.
Politely.
Alright.
Like Katamari will just roll over you.
Can I start now?
Sorry.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. Liam, did you tell the lovely people what happens at the end, how we decide the winner?
I think I did.
Oh, could you?
I probably should.
Yeah.
So, at the end, you, the audience, the most important people in this room, will decide on who wins and who takes home the glory of being right. Which is, honestly, the best thing ever. So, that initial cheer was just to see what everyone started with. Hopefully, we'll see what happens at the end. We'll see what occurs. We'll see if these amazing people over here can change our opinions. I am frankly dubious, so...
Oh, rude. Thought we were friends.
That's so cute.
So now that we know that you will be deciding the winners, folks, beautiful people of PAX Australia, particularly handsome crowd, more beautiful than any crowd before it, welcome to the great debate. Folks, the world is more divided than ever before. Twitter bots and Facebook algorithms are pushing us further and further apart. And with each passing day, it seems less likely that we'll ever see peace and union for humanity again. For the sake of the future of our species, we must act now to bridge this divide. We must find a way to reconnect. I'd like to put forth a proposal, here and now, in the year of our Lord, 2018, to the good people in this room, to the handsome people in this room. Folks, yes, all games should be Battle Royale. And indeed, all Battle Royale games should be mandatory. Think about the root causes of all of humanity's problems. We are a species prone to violent outbursts, destruction of the environment, and placing the wrong item in the bagging area. If we could create a simulation to channel all of these unproductive instincts and require by law that all citizens participate, we could find world peace. This world is chaos. No matter how much we try to create order and systems, it will never bend to our will. Battle Royale has rules. It has forts. It has zombies. It has purple cubes. I haven't played Fortnite, but I assume it is good. Forcing every Earth citizen into a structured environment for a mandatory 2 hours per day will provide them with a sense of comfort and community. As we all know, Battle Royale is French for belonging. What better way to to forge meaningful human connections than to murder each other in a consequence-free environment.
Okay, I'll pay that, yeah.
But it doesn't all have to be bullets. Games as a medium have grown beyond this. We know now that toxic masculinity and the societal pressure that keeps men from being vulnerable with their emotions is a major contributor to just sort of how everything is generally fucked. In a mandatory battle royale emotional combat round, you with me? I strongly suggest we weaponize feelings. Citizens would be required to shoot each other not with guns, but with our innermost fears. Maybe, if we could get good in battle royale, we could at last get good in our hearts. That a population tightly controlled by violent, multiplayer, arena-based video games can't change the world, I say to you, it is the only thing that never has.
A dark, powerful, and frankly terrifying opening volley.
It's always my part to make sure you know not to take this seriously.
Tell me, Emily, how did you come up with this?
Well, Liam, it is Melbourne International Games Week and I'm very tired. Thank you.
Fair dues. All right, Andrew. Do you think you can compete?
I think it's possible, yes.
All right. Well, my friend.
Without wanting to be arrogante, which is French for arrogant. Hello all, I'm Andrew McClelland, comedian, DJ, PC gaming enthusiast and VR early adopter who soon discovered he has terrible motion sickness and wasted $1,500. The internet and one of them dictionaries defines battle royale as what the French call a quarter pounder with cheese. But they have the metric system there, so they don't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is. Now, with our terms defined, I would like to begin the rebuttal. And then I'll do some arguments. Firstly, we all heard Ali start with flattery. Flattery, calling all of you handsome, beautiful and pretty. Well, I've got something to tell you people. The lights on stage are far too strong and she can't see you. And also the front rows are all reserved. For who? Who are they reserved for? There's nobody there. If any of you feel like coming forward and sitting in the front rows, I don't care what security says. Come and do it! Anyway, she can't see you, so that was idle flattery. However, as you all walked in, you may have noticed me standing round the corner, squinting into each of your faces. And you are all very beautiful. Ali wants to make Battle Royale not just every game, but mandatory. Mandatory? Who do you think you are? In ancient Egypt and one of the Ptolemies? Am I right, guys? Can't make things mandatory, you know. God, Queen. All right, good. And now for my arguments. Okay. Now, think not, dear friends, that I do not like Battle Royale. I very much enjoy Battle Royale. I remember the... I want to stand up, can I? I well remember the days.
Look, thanks, please. Take center stage.
Well, this is heavy. This is unneedlessly heavy. Oh, good.
You can move it.
I remember the days of DayZ, ladies and gentlemen and trans friends.
DayZ.
DayZ. I remember it well. It's, you know, one of those very formative sort of battle royale things. Sitting on a hill with a friend, wondering if we should shoot that guy over there, and then being run over by some Chinese hacker who had the best military vehicle in the game, but you couldn't get the resources for. How did they do it? That frustration in Battle Royale has stayed with me for years. I was an early adopter of PUBG as well, back before they had Australian or even Asian servers, back when you'd be 500 metres away from a cliff, one tick of the clock, and suddenly you're at the bottom of the cliff dying. And by cliff, I mean cliff. I love Battle Royale. I've played it a lot. There's nothing nothing wrong with the genre, I have but one simple argument to make about that, and that is that it doesn't need to be all games. Think of how so many of your favourite games and times would be ruined if they were Battle Royale. I mean, I just said Katamari before. Imagine if Katamari was Battle Royale. There'd be nothing for you to roll over. One of the glorious things that games does for us is allow us to feel that we are the hero, that we are the heroine, that we are the saviour of a world. Skyrim, Fallout, Assassin's Creed. Imagine if Assassin's Creed was Battle Royale. You wouldn't get to be that god king pirate in Black Flag. No, instead, you'd be killed by a Russian 12-year-old with twitch reflexes before you'd gotten on your first boat. Before that weird scene where you meet that English guy who keeps coming back. I don't remember the game very well.
Hang on. Just before we
Imagine
continue.
if Mario, just simple games like Super Mario Brothers was Battle Royale. I mean, none of us would save any princess from any town. We're pushing each other into PD piranhas. My friends, Battle Royale has its place, but that place is not in all games, certainly not. I mean, games like Wolfenstein, imagine if that was Battle Royale. There's a reason you can take 400 bullets and then just regenerate health from behind cover. The Nazis would win if Wolfenstein was Battle Royale, friends. And that's what they want! I realised as captain of the team, I meant to also introduce the other players on my team. So not only will I be destroying their arguments supremely, next will be Jane Douglas, my learned colleague, who will be talking about the generally disappointing experiences of playing Battle Royale that she has had. Then Michael King will come on and he tells me he will be haranguing the opposition with generalised abuse.
That's not what I said.
And then Sissy Jones will be coming up lastly, and she will be making the argument. Oh, no, I'll let you make it, but it's really a good one. Okay. All right, not only this a Battle Royale, we are in Australia, gaming friends. Australia. If everything is Battle Royale, you know the ping will kill us. It'll ruin us. I play War Thunder a lot. It doesn't have any Australian servers. And the number of times when you go like, yeah, it was actually the ping that got me. And then the Americans and the Russians go, no, you're just not good at the game. And I'm like, get stuffed, Americans and Russians. That was a Russian accent, by the way, not American.
Very good, very good.
And also, the title of this debate refers to games. It doesn't just say digital or computer games. It says games. Can you imagine Connect 4 Battle Royale?
Actually, I think that's a thing.
You'd be throwing all the pieces at each other. No one would find the tokens. You could never finish the game. Chess Battle Royale, very similar to my analogy with Connect 4. What was that? Firewatch Battle Royale! You never get to the bottom of that sad, sad tale of emotional depression. And not only board games, what about sports, my friends? They're technically games, although I know most of us don't engage very often with them. Battle Royale football, cricket, beach volleyball. This is the sort of dystopian hell these people want you to live in. I'll speak one more point about this dystopia. In many ways, Battle Royale is pure, laissez-faire, all-in capitalism. When you introduce loot boxes, it becomes capitalist anarchy. I got that around the wrong way. Battle Royale is anarchy. Battle Royale with loot boxes is capitalist anarchy. The very worst kind of anarchy. Not the nice one where you're all in a village together helping each other out and we don't know rules because we all have an internal moral clock to live by. No, we're talking about capitalist anarchy. ANCAPs. The kind where companies can put whatever sewage and sludge into the rivers. It doesn't give you superpowers, people. It kills you. I think I'm still on track. They want us all living in a gaming world like Mad Max, dear friends. A world where nobody is safe. But we built society for a reason. We have rules for a reason. It keeps us safe and it lets us fulfill our fantasies in games. I play one game on PC, it's called Hold Fast. It's a Napoleonic War massively multiplayer game. In Hold Fast, I am a fife player, a flute player. And I walk around playing that tune that goes, good on your mum, tip-tops, the one that left it, diddle-diddly. If that game was Battle Royale, I would be shot by my comrades within 10 seconds of the start of the game. But no, they can't kill me because the server doesn't let them, only the enemy can. Therefore, I get to live my dream of being a Napoleonic War flute player. And isn't that the kind of stupid fantasy that gaming is all about, my friends? I couldn't do that in real life, and if I did, I'd be a big old weirdo. But online, in Hold Fast, I can live those special dreams. And so I ask you now, don't destroy our dreams, don't make all games Battle Royale, and don't support... Look, I don't remember how I made the association before, but remember, they want narcissism, and we don't. Hang on. I shouldn't end on that. Don't make all games Battle Royale. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
You may want your mic, my friend. It occurs to me that perhaps before we started, I should have asked a question. Who actually plays Battle Royale games on this panel? Who likes Battle Royale games on this panel?
I mean, I could. If I played one, I could like it.
Three times? Okay. I have never touched a Battle Royale game. This makes me an expert because I've watched a lot of YouTube. All right. Who's next?
That would be me.
Excellent. Well, I am going to go backstage, get my bottle of water because it is not on stage.
Sure.
Can I get you to kick us off, my friend?
I think so,
Yeah. All right.
A cynic here would say that I don't have a very coherent rebuttal because I forgot to bring a pen on stage. Well, not now, no, it won't. But that's irrelevant. But look, I'm going to take a step back for a second. Let's dispense with the concept of Battle Royale altogether for just a moment, and let's talk about storytelling. Okay, since we hauled ourselves from the primordial ooze and dragged our stunted protozoic forms for the relative safety of the cave, we have been storytellers. We've told stories of our triumphs, our failures, our wins, our losses, our journeys, our experiences. That is what we do. What is life but the dense, raw sponge cake of raw survival with the juicy ripe cherry of storytelling on top? Stories are the means by which we understand life, the universe, and ourselves. They are our great motivator. Given this obvious truth, it's natural that we should always be in the pursuit of what some might call the one great story, the one which explains it all, the unifying thread which ties together the grand tapestry that is human experience. Some have sought that in religion, others in a kind of scientific rationalism, and that some have lost themselves entirely in pursuit of that story. Very sad. Now, I really did appreciate that performance that Andrew put on. It was wonderful, it was very, very funny. But he's thinking about this way too shallowly. The point I want to make digs into the very heart of narrative itself. If you would permit me a really simple indulgence, I would like to propose, obviously with the backing of my fellow debate team members, that the Battle Royale game is indeed the one great story, the one basic plot, the ultimate narrative which captures everything about our lived experience such that it is. For years, art critics and theorists have turned up their nose at video games, how they laughed at our pointless little hobby. Little did they know that the lone kernel of universal truth would be discovered in gaming, and that it would be called Fortnite. Can you imagine a better, grander metaphor? We are born, hurling ourselves from the great aeroplane of pre-existence, and parachuting down to the strange, mysterious island that is life. Then, over the course of the next 70 years or so, we collect pickups, run between different areas, build enormous structures out of wood, until someone who paid more for their clothes than us kills us with a big shotgun they found in our house. I've never played Fortnite, but I think that's the general vibe. Is there a better representation of human frailty and our paralysing condition of self-doubt than that constantly shrinking red zone? Much like in PUBG, we try our very best to create a good life until the threat of a hailstorm of missiles forces us to steal a Jeep and drive it several kilometres down the road and find a new place to sit until we have to do the same thing again. It's almost eerie how universally the Battle Royale structure raises its head in some of our most legendary pieces of storytelling, before we were even remotely familiar with the genre. Homer's Odyssey is often considered an absolutely epochal piece of literature in the Western canon, and a foundational part of how we understand narrative generally. A warrior roaming around a large open map with a small squad. I don't really need to point out the relevancy. Consider Shakespeare's Macbeth, in which our errant King of Scotland kills a bunch of guys inside and near a large building, and also sometimes in a field. Consider for just a moment, and I know this one is a stretch, but I trust you, the 2000 film Battle Royale.
Must we?
No, we mustn't. We've been striving towards the utter perfection of the Battle Royale format for literally millennia. We just didn't know it until PUBG. Bearing in mind the ubiquity of these themes, the concept of a Battle Royale Mario, or a Battle Royale StarCraft, or a Battle Royale Sims 2 Nightlife, doesn't sound so absurd, does it? Single-player, story-based games seem a little bland, unrepresentative, sorry. Any kind of game where you're not jumping out of a plane, hurtling towards insanely stupidly named regions of an impossibly varied map, starts to seem like a waste of time. Every single game being Battle Royale starts to sound not just plausible, but actually necessary. So, I've made the point that Battle Royale is the one perfect narrative. Hopefully you've joined me on that journey. But that's silly. My respected opponents are almost certainly scrawling on their debate papers, writing in longhand for some reason. The fact that we have discovered a new and excellent form of storytelling doesn't mean we should abandon all others. The invention of the car doesn't mean people stop riding bicycles. The release of Cheese Supreme Doritos doesn't mean that nacho cheese Doritos are without value, despite their milder, more sophisticated flavour. Fair enough, that's fine. But contemplate this. The story of human progress is one of constant, unerring iteration. As a species, we simply do not look back. When we find the next stage towards perfection, we ought to discard the past. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, we have not just taken another step towards perfection, we have found it. It's in our best interest to realise that Battle Royale is the only story left worth telling. Our opponents will try to hoodwink you with what are basically surface concerns, and as we saw in the first speaker's performance, pointless nerd shit. Sorry. I'll be nicer now. Keep this in mind while they babble on. The Battle Royale is the one perfect story. Thank you so much.
So, Jim. Yeah. Did I just join a cult?
You did, yeah. I mean, everyone here did too.
I just wanted
Stay
to
with us
check.
for the next 36 minutes and 30 seconds.
Alright, look, I feel like I'm on the precipice. Like, the paperwork is before me, my soul in my hand. I'm ready to sign it away. Who's next? Who's gonna save me from this terrifying oblivion that is James's reality?
I'll save you, Ian.
Thank you, James.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Douglas!
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, esteemed members of the jury. We're doing a jury thing, right?
Sure, this is the jury.
Great. Well, as my esteemed captain here mentioned earlier, we can't see you. It's very bright up here, but I can smell you. And may I say you're extremely fragrant today? Anyway, esteemed members of the fragrant audience of the Great Debate 2018, to prepare for today's debate, I've watched countless hours of courtroom drama, and if it pleases the court, Your Honour, I would like to present
No one's ever called me that before.
I'd like to present my watertight, rock-solid case against the motion that all games should be battle royales. Imagine that. It's just nonsense. And also, I'd like to begin by specifically addressing a rebuttal to Ali. Because a mandatory battle royale, a 2 hours battle royale a day, was it? Enforced by the government? that is how you get a purge. That's a
Sounds great.
statement. And if you want to vote for the pro-purgers, then, I mean, by all means, but do you want to be purging? I don't. All right, that's how you get Hunger Games. No, I know, I'm not going to do well in the real-life Hunger Games. So, sorry, no. Yeah. Second to die. So, okay. To the motion, though. For a start, I think we can all agree, everybody here, you can all agree on one point, and that is that Battle Royales are bad. It barely matters how you play them, whether you're good or bad. If you jump straight into the combat, you will immediately die. And then you'll be waiting 5 minutes of the precious only life you will ever have, waiting to get back into the action. You don't want to do that. You could try and play stealthily. Sure, you could be strategic. You're going to spend 20 minutes hiding in a bush. And then you'll be shot from 5 miles away by a 12-year-old. Let me ask you, good-smelling audience members, does that sound like fun to anyone? Except maybe the 12-year-old? Screw that guy? Now, let's be real for a second. Can I be real, Liam, for a second? Thank you. If I wanted to squat behind a tree for too long and have a really terrible time, then I would go camping in the woods. And you know what? I don't go camping in the woods. I go hotels, maybe an Airbnb. Yeah. What's more, the experience of Battle Royales, I put it to you, is so anticlimactic, you don't want it for any games, let alone all games. I estimate that 80% of my games of Fortnite end with me dying hiding in a toilet. I don't want to die hiding in a toilet, in video games, or anywhere. I put it to you that I want to die heroically. I don't want to go out like that. I want to die like a hero, not in a toilet. All right? And if you're wondering, the other 20% of the time in games, like Fortnite, I get shot in the spine by someone I never even saw. So that's real epic play of the game stuff. Well done to that guy, probably the 12-year-old again. We've already covered how several of our most beloved games, the greatest games ever made, would be utterly ruined by becoming Battle Royales. Tetris, no. Ocarina of Time, no way. Final Fantasy VII. Did Eris die? I don't know. She was on the other side of the map. Too much chaos. I don't know what's going on. Guys flossing, shooting me with rocket launchers. I couldn't tell you. So there's our collective memory, one of our most heart-wrenching favourite moments of gaming lost forever because of Battle Royales. You don't want to do that to Final Fantasy VII, do you? No. Ruin it. All right. As to the Battle Royale 1, it's a great movie. Battle Royale 2, hot garbage. The worst movie ever made, I dare say, which proves that Battle Royales work once, possibly twice, but then the novelty is gone. We don't need more Battle Royales. We have enough. By which I mean we have 2, maybe, decent ones, all right? And this happens so often that I think it's clear, esteemed members of the Great Debate audience, that Battle Royales are bad, and the idea that all games should be Battle Royales is frankly preposterous on the face of it. It is ludicrous. And in closing, if I wanted to visit a series of smaller and smaller arenas and have a really miserable time, I would go on tour with Nickelback. Thank you for your time.
It was deeply impressive, genuinely. Did you know that there are actually more toilet-related deaths than shark deaths in Australia? It's a real fact, it's terrifying. So, who's going to take us forward? Who's going to continue leading the charge, my friends?
I'll take that on.
The amazing Amanda Yo. Amanda, take it away.
Allies and enemies. Today my team is not going to convince you that all games should be Battle Royale. The fact is... The fact is, we don't need to convince you. You already know this. In those quiet moments late at night, when you're unable to sleep and unable to lie to yourself any longer, you know this truth. You know in your soul that the Battle Royale is the one true game. All others are mere distractions, garish baubles to divert our attention from the truth, and the truth is that the Battle Royale is truth. The model upon not just society, but all of humanity has built itself. Let us take the team-based shooter. Fun, you may say. Teamwork makes the dream work. But truly, how much teamwork have any of us ever really experienced in these games? Players are inherently concerned only with themselves. They select whichever character they personally want to play with no thought to team balance. They chase their own glory, measuring their success via their own kill count. They only use their mics to chew out other people for failing to play to their standards. They pick off your kills, pick up your health pads, and are unable to pick an objective out of a lineup. Teammates are just the enemies you cannot kill. The Battle Royale solves this problem by allowing us to play in the manner in which we actually want to play. Selfishly, greedily, and with complete disregard for our fellow man. Teamwork is a failed experiment. In the immortal words of Vince Boone, we're better off alone than lying to ourselves. What about simulation games? Building roller coasters, cities and homes, good, wholesome capitalist fun. But the real reason we build is so that we can tear down. Are you really playing Roller Coaster Tycoon if you aren't sending coaster cars of screaming passengers careening into crowded footpaths? Are you really having fun if you aren't sending Godzilla rampaging through your SimCity? What is The Sims for if not locking people in your basement and conducting unethical breeding experiments?
Guilty.
These games are most enjoyable when played in ways that aren't intended. And doesn't that seem like a bit of a design flaw? In Battle Royales, there's no point to defend or payload to push, no customers to satisfy or money to earn. The only metric for success is your own survival. You are the objective, which means no matter what you do, you are always on the objective. It is foolproof game design. Indeed, if you wish to cling to the foolish hope that mankind can be altruistic and work together in harmony, that we can build something together beautiful without tearing it down, isn't it better that you never play a team game? That way your naive optimism will never be challenged and thus never crumble. You can tell yourself it is merely the construct of the game and not the inherent corruption of mankind that causes others to teabag your corpse. The Battle Royale strips back the veneer of camaraderie to expose the truth. Community and friendship are flawed ideologies that must be abandoned. They go against everything humans stand for. The inconvenient truth is that planet Earth is but a slow burn battle royale, and all the men and women merely players. Year by year, our arena of dry land shrinks as the ice caps melt and sea levels rise. We continue to move inland, battling amongst ourselves for resources, shelter, and dominance, firm in our belief that we will be the survivors in the end. Sure, we could take action to combat global warming and halt the rise of sea levels, but you merely have to turn on the news to see that humans don't want that. Humans want to live in PlayerUnknown's global battleground. This is the world we have created for ourselves. This is the form that we have decided the future should take. We love battle royales. We love them so much we will destroy the planet to live in one. The battle royale is the first game. It is the last game. We are dust, and to dust we will return. Time is an ever-shrinking circle from which there is no escape. One game to rule them all. One game to bring them all, and in the darkness find them. One day you will be called into account, whether it is by your mother on her deathbed, your child on yours, or by God as you stand at the crossroad to hell. And when they ask what you have done to deserve anything other than a battle royale, no answer you provide will weather scrutiny. All games should be battle royale. The battle royale is the game we deserve. We made our beds, and now we must die in them.
Genuine concern. What the fuck? Why didn't we end with this? Can I get you to write all of my speeches? Okay. Bringing it back in. Well. Michael.
Yeah, dude.
Hi.
Yeah.
Can you bring it back?
No, I cannot.
Dear friends, Michael here.
Hello, everybody. This rules. Thank you for coming. The argument today is that all games should be Battle Royale, and those guys suck. Because, here's the thing, if you listen to their arguments, they're not even arguing the game. They're just talking about irrelevant shit because they know they've got no actual substance. If I could just go through some of them. Ali, he started it up, was saying that if we all played Battle Royale games all the time, it would bring about world peace. Now, I don't know if you've ever spent a modicum of time in Fortnite or another Battle Royale game.
I have not, no.
But I have! I'm at the coalface every day getting called a cuck by 13-year-olds. I'm out there! You're up here in your ivory tower, designing games that people want to play because they've got brains. I'm there, all right? I'm out there getting shot in the back or the front, you know, trying to adjust my mouse settings because that's definitely the problem. That's why I can't play. Is 50 enough, Michael? Is 50 maybe 45? Maybe 45 is the reason you can't get there. No, all right? It's just because sometimes it's hard. And then she was like, oh yeah, it'll be mandatorily enforced. That is a fascist regime. I mean, Andy's out here being like, oh, that's narcissism as a joke. That's literally fascism. The government is going to put you in a pit and make you fight against people you've never met before for their amusement to bring about world peace. This is a dystopian future which I will not be a part of. This is my passion. And then JR was going on about storytelling for some reason. He was saying that, JR was saying that Battle Royales are the perfect story. Well, I've actually experienced the perfect story. It's a little thing called the Bible, mate. You're going to sit here and tell me that, you know, you hiding in a bush is a better story than, I don't know, the Savior of mankind? Well, I guess we disagree on what perfection is.
Shocking.
And then Asian Daria got up and... No one heard when I said that, maybe that's too much, I don't know. And then somehow argued that climate change was good. And then quoted the Lord of the Rings, the Fortune of the Ring, as comparing Battle Royales to the One Ring. Now, I don't know if you've seen Lord of the Rings, but the One Ring is not good. If all the rings we had were all the One Ring, it would have ruined the world. You can't just quote... You see what they're doing? They're quoting movies, and they're being flashy, and they're doing... None of it matters. None of it matters, you know? I think that we've already won. You listen to what they say, we've already won, so I'm going to go further. not only should not all games be battle royales, we should ban them altogether. It should be illegal. What should happen is, you should log on to Fortnite and then a trapdoor should open beneath you and then you get thrown into a Sarlacc pit. A very big one. It's quite a lot of infrastructure we'd have to build.
What are you saying about totalitarian regimes?
Yeah, well, no, because this should have a Sarlacc. Say what you will about fascism, Mussolini never had a Sarlacc. What is happening? Because the reason I play a lot of these games is because I have a 13-year-old cousin, right? And he loves these games. He loves them, and I want to spend time with him, so I play these games with him. And I see the reason we should ban them all is because these games actually encourage terrible human behaviour. They encourage being a coward, sneaking around, you know? They encourage betrayal. They encourage selfishness, you know? The only good game that's ever been made is StarCraft, right? Because it teaches you two things: resource management and personal responsibility, okay? Battle Royale, you can always blame someone else, you know? You can always go, oh, that's the reason they didn't win, you know, it's because I got a bad spawn points, because I jumped off the battle bus too early, you know, alright? We should just, it encourages sneaking, it encourages betrayal, these guys are morons. That's the end of my speech, thank you.
Those were some deeply accurate rebuttals. So, all right, let's move on. Let's keep going. I think we have one left.
Can I stand up? Because I'm like a caged animal in here, man.
Please.
I need to stand up!
Rise up!
I need to mess these people up with logic. So, right, let me just do this first, because it's on my phone, right? And it has the face scanning, but it doesn't recognise my face. What the fuck? Right, just give me a sec. Alright, here we go. Sec. Alright, now the email's loading. Alright, I've got it. Right, first my rebuttal.
In your own time.
To all you guys. It sucks. You guys suck. Your arguments suck. That's the rebuttal. You guys say that we're Nazis? We're already living the Nazi regime. Read the news, man. Donald Trump and shit. So we're already in a Nazi regime. Let's just burn it the fuck up. Let's just set it all on fire like Amanda said. That was brilliant. Good stuff. Alright, my voice is taking a bit of a beating at PAX, so bear with me. Alright, so I want to start this debate thing by talking about my dad. I know, stay with me. My dad, he was a simple man. I don't really know why I said was, he's still alive. My dad's actually only 58. In Scotland, teenage pregnancies are mandatory. But yes, my dad one day he will almost certainly die. And probably while watching some sort of sport on Foxtel. And I will then be able to say that yes, my dad was a simple man. But right now, my dad is a simple man. He is a beautiful man. He's a man confused by the world. You might say he's a man frozen in time. For the 37 years that I've been alive on this planet, my dad has only worn one type of shoe. One! Only one shoe. No other shoes. Every time he goes to the shops, he buys one shoe, and that shoe is the Adidas Samba. Please, stay with me. He wore the same shoes every day of my life, because, hell yeah, he did. He was a great man, he's a simple man. But me, at 37 years old, I long for that ignorance. I long for it. I've got a really big problem. At 37 years old, I am still extremely cool. I listen to cool music. Taylor Swift and shit. I watch cool TV shows. Haunting the Hill House, man. Shat myself, brilliant. I wear tight jeans. because I've still got the legs for it. Tell me I'm wrong. They're a bit baggy. Well, see when I wrote this, I was going to wear a different pair of jeans and then I changed them last minute. Bad decision, bad choice. So, yeah, Fortnite doesn't only make me feel my age. It makes me feel fucking 100 years old. This is a good thing. This is why all games should be Battle Royale. See, this is my point. So, I've got 2 kids. Before Fortnite came out, I walk out to the playground, I am the fucking man. Everyone loves me. I got video games and shit. I got a climbing wall in my garage. Remember those hoverboards? I had one of those before they were even in the shops, and the kids were like, oh man, I wish my dad was like Quinn's dad, oh. But, you know what I mean? That's not the natural way of things. Then one day, guess what happened? Fortnite happened. Brilliant. Do you play Fortnite, Mark? Do you play Fortnite? I'm like, what the fuck is Fortnite? So, what did I do? I walked slowly into my house, I installed Fortnite, played it once, bam, dead, died in 30 seconds, turned it off, deleted it, actually deleted it, then turned it off. Never played it again. First it felt bad, then it felt great. This is where I belong. This is where I should be in life. So, then things sort of escalated. The other day there, my 5-year-old son, he was on the trampoline with his cousins, and he pulled his pants down. Then, he pulled his underpants down. And then, he started flossing. So, what do you do?
Is it? Ban Battle Royale.
Wait, so like, I thought about it, and anyway, I mean, obviously I'm going to have to hit this nail on the head before he becomes an adult and has like pubic hair down there. But never in all my days did I feel as old as I felt in that moment. And friends, it felt really good, so I think Battle Royale should be everywhere. If I could take that feeling when my son was doing the floss with his genitals out, if I could take that feeling and bottle it and spread it across the entire world, everywhere, every game, that moment, maybe I could rest. Maybe I could rest from the pressure of having to be cool every day. I could curl up on the couch, I could chuck the rugby league on, or the AFL, we're in Melbourne, I guess it's the AFL. I'll curl up on the couch, watch the old telly box, calmly wait for death. I could be liberated. I could get myself off this merry-go-round. I might even buy myself a pair of Adidas Samba. Thank you.
As demonstrated by my cough and the fact that Mark did just drink out of my water bottle, I think death may be granted to you.
I told you we were going to swap fluids at some point.
We did.
I don't know.
Well, it's come to that time. I think that there's only one argument left to make. Are you doing shots?
Not vodka.
Well, these suspicious-looking shots of water.
To you, my friend.
Is this a Proust moment? Or... Oh, God.
All right. So if you're to listen to Sauron, Hitler, Jim Jones, and Benjamin Button over here, we've got raw survival with storytelling on top. Selfishly, greedily, without disregard for fellow man, we've got the 1%. Because let's be honest, 1 in 100 win a battle royale. And do we really want to support the 1%? And we've got child pornography.
Wow, sissy.
As an argument from there.
In rebuttal.
There's no one thing that we actually have.
my friends, to my closing arguments, and they're personal. I am a starving actor. It's true. And I've made my living with romance in video games. My friends, can we have romance in video games with a battle royale in every game? No, I say we cannot. Because that guy over there is going to be taking an arrow to the knee. That guy over there is going to be, God knows what, slaying dragons and animals and other people. There's going to be entrails everywhere. You can't tell what people look like under the helmet. And codpiece? Come on, it's more like frog piece, am I right? It's really hard to read poetry to each other. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a good poetry in a digital world? It's really hard when you're holding weapons, guys. Sometimes you just want to hold hands. And let's be honest, women are always scantily clad, but what about the men? What about the men, huh? They've got those breastplates with the fake nipples on them, and I am done with it.
Are you laughing at your own jokes that you're about to make?
All I'm saying, guys, is, really, all we need is love. All we need is love. Love is all we need. Siri agrees.
So all you need is love. Sissy Jones, ladies and gentlemen. So, the arguments have been made.
I think we've done enough.
I think enough damage has been done to this poor audience of clearly very beautiful, fragrant people who have spent this hour with us. So, in return for listening to us waffle on, you have a decision to make. This is a crucially important decision. It may, in fact, inform the future of humanity itself. So, I say you. Are you?
The future of humanity itself is the choice we make here legally binding.
Yeah, it is. This is what Cyril's told me. So, should all games be Battle Royale? Shout yes.
Are you saying boo arms?
Was there a single person who just shouted yes? Okay. Let's try this again.
And if that's all you're going with shout yes, that does seem a little unfair to our team. Well, they said yes, and it's just like...
If you think that all games should be Battle Royale, make some noise! If you would like a future which is not a totalitarian regime, if you think that not all games should be Battle Royale, make some noise!
Look, I feel like we won that.
Look, you may not have won the audience's hearts, but you won my heart. And to me, that's the most important thing.
To me, the audience and winning is more important.
Thank you all so much for coming. I hope we have educated you. I hope you leave this room on a higher level of existence, of spirituality, of meaning, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic PAX. Can we please get a round of applause for our incredible... Does anyone have any last words before we...
If anyone out there plays War Thunder, I'm Dr. Prancy, P-R-A-N-C-E-Y. It's very hard to find Australian teammates. Also, if anyone wants to play drums with my fife, we can drum and fife together and hold fast. That's all.